To exceed people's expectations is huge for me. I really have a mentality of wanting to please others almost more than myself. Even when it comes to sponsorships, the people that sponsor me and the people that back me, I always want to be looked at as succeeding for them. I feel like I let them down if I didn't meet the expectations of what I had. And obviously it'll break me down if I don't feel like I met my own expectations, but I think I care more about others than myself at certain points. I was working out at a local gym. I think I was bench pressing about 455 pounds at about 190. Guy came up to me in the gym and told me about a local bench press contest for money. Said it was $1,000 for first place and that I should give it a shot. So I really didn't put much into it. I just showed up at the competition and was actually pretty intimidated when I got there because there was like 17 powerlifters there with their big gym bags and all of their equipment. I just walked in, me, myself, and nothing, you know, really. I weighed in at, I think I weighed 188, and I bench pressed 440 in the competition and ended up walking away with the $1,000. And the guy was like, you really need to get into powerlifting. And his name was Jared Daig, and he got me started into powerlifting, and he's still my training partner to this day, and the person that motivates me, and he's done a lot for me in my life. It's a lot different. I'm on the outskirts of the city in Metairie. We have a little bit of a yard where I live, but to me it's still different. You know, you look at it here, my grandparents' house, our house, they're spread out. You have yard, a little more privacy somewhat, you know. In the city, in New Orleans where I live now, it's like your houses are pretty close together. You feel a little more crowded. It's a different way. How you doing?
Fine.
I was just telling them about all these times and kind of how we grew up down here.
We used to have a big, beautiful barn back here, but Katrina done flattened that out.
Yeah, the hurricane.
And then we had a beautiful hackberry tree that was over 100 years old. My husband built the deck all around it. And we have our Easter barbecue. Katrina took care of that too.
Yeah. So yeah, you can see like growing up, like, you know, this heat in the summer was like blistering. My parents didn't have a swimming pool or nothing. We didn't really have that growing up, so we're gonna walk up here, and me and the neighborhood kids, we go jump in the water right here. And like I said, it looks dirty, but it's not really that dirty. He said, don't do it. Don't do it. Show y'all how we did it. Water feels good, actually. You gotta hope not to get eaten by alligator. But it's actually pretty shallow right here. Woo. I think after deadlifting yesterday, that was might have been more of a workout than deadlifting. Right here we have the Olympic torch I ran with in the 1996 Olympics. My sister calls it the shrine to myself. It's pretty funny. Definitely an experience of a lifetime I'll never forget, for sure. And it's cool, you know, a lot of the pictures in here. My grandparents came along, you know, a lot of my family members came, and my grandpa is passed away now, so he's in a lot of the pictures, so it's a pretty cool thing. Let me see if I could find a picture with there's my grandfather, and I'm sitting there with him, and he's passed away now. So definitely brings back some memories looking at it. I'm kind of a little choked up. I think growing up, I really grew up in a tight family. My grandparents live house right in front of my parents, so I would get back from school and I always ran over to their house. And he was definitely a big part of my life growing up. I just think, as far as I can remember, every sporting event I've ever done, anything I've ever done, you know, not only my parents, but my grandparents were there. So he was a big part of my life, and he was a great person, you know. I haven't flipped through his pictures in years, so it's, like I said, it's kind of brings back some good memories, for sure.
First thing
Right, yeah, we'll show y'all.
They looked a little
the size of that pot, man.
They look like?
They looked a little croaky.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Man, don't let these guys fool you. They ready. They got obstacles to overcome. Yeah, we all do. Garrett's got to go out of town. He's got to travel, and him and I train together. You know, we got to find places to train. We don't have all the equipment. Man, sometimes, you know, it's tough because life happens, you know. You got families, these guys do, and, you know, it's hard to balance all these things that they're trying to do. You're going to come up with these bridges you got to cross, you know, and these lakes that you got to get over, and they're doing it, you know. They don't have excuses, and that's what I see out of them, and that's what I saw at our training today, is that these guys were getting after it.
From training to a meet, it's definitely a close resemblance, but us as the level we're on, we know the difference between training and platform, which is when you're going to lift on that platform. And the difference is, in training, we're going to go out and we're going to give our best, and we're going to plan it out. We're going to do things that we know strategically is going to get us stronger week after week. We're trying, per se, not to get injured. We don't want to lift. We don't lift with fear, but you lift smart. You got to. You know, it's a long prep. It's a big meet. We're traveling out of town. You know, you want to stay injury-free going into the meet.
I have a 6-year-old son who's everything to me, so that's my life. It's what I enjoy, and, you know, powerlifting comes after that. I enjoy time with him, with my fiance, and just doing stuff with my family. I was born and raised in a family who's still together, so I like still hanging out with my parents, actually, and doing family functions and anything with them that I can enjoy time with. Being from the South, we eat crawfish. Seafood, it's a big thing, you know, it's different than everywhere else to a certain degree.
It's the only reason he beat me. 2 of his reps were unlocked out and bounced off his chest. I did all my stuff clean and perfect.
You know, we have barbecues, crawfish balls, and people just like to gather around together and hang out and eat food. It's big down there. Katrina changed a lot of things. I was living in New Orleans at the time, obviously. New Orleans took a direct hit. My actual residence didn't flood, but massive roofs damaged, furniture got damaged, you know. We evacuated for 2 weeks to a hotel in Dallas. So we were displaced, you know, family stuck together. It was a big part. I think it brought everyone even closer together. You go through these trials and tribulations, and your tragedy happens, all you have is your family. You have nothing else.
Today I took my last deadlift before the big meet in Australia, and I worked up to what I would call my second attempt at the meet today. I pulled 600, which will be my opener, and then I went to a 645 pull, which will be my second attempt. So after that, we did a little deficit pulls from a 100-pound plate, and I pulled 595 for a triple, which was a PR off of 100-pound plates. feeling really good after this workout going into the meet, since this is our last heavy training before the meet. And basically from here, it's rest up. You know, I'm not gonna take any other deadlifts until we hit the platform at the meet. Lifting with everybody that's gonna be there is gonna be just uplifting, and as he said, just to have us as the forefront lifters going out of the country and representing the animal, it's a big deal, you know, and having a company backing us like this is huge. You know, it don't happen in powerlifting very often, so we feel honored to be even part of it.
Powerlifting helped shape me into who I am to a certain degree, but I think more of my upbringing shaped me to who I am today. Powerlifting is just a discipline in a sport, so it does show discipline to some degree to have to go into the gym and, you know, go through these rigorous training cycles and push your body to levels that some people can't explain. You know, you come home beat up, hurt all the time, but we just keep doing it.